Hey guys, it's Deb Joyce Meek from Delight of My Art. We are doing the Sweet and Simple card class for February 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know you're here in the comments, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel here and Facebook. Everything is found at Delight of My Art. Thank you so much for sharing videos and thumbs upping and liking and all of that stuff. Thank you so much. And make sure that you also sign up for my email list because I also send out free tutorials every Tuesday. And we also do mystery stamping in my group, Stamp with Delight. And you should be able to find the link to join that group in the description here also. So let's go ahead and get started. These are the cards that we're going to be making. There's 3 different ways that you can participate and play along. If you place an order in my online store at orderwithdeb.com, using this host code right here, and there's a link in the description here. You can just click it and it will automatically add that. But if your order is over $35, you get 2 each of every card, all of the pieces to make all of those. And there is a description in the list here of which stamp sets and ink pads that I'm using. If your order is over $50, you also get a free pack of embellishments. The ones that I was using were these, what were these called? Brushed metallic adhesive backed dots. I love these. So you get a free pack of those when your card class gets mailed. And you can also just flat out buy the card kit. It's $30 and that includes shipping, or you can just play along with your own supplies and substitute where you if you don't have any of these. And you can also do that when you get the packet either way. So thank you so much for joining me, and let's go ahead and come down to the desktop here. I'll take my face off and we'll start with this Clover card. I'll be sharing all the dimensions. The stamp sets, or the stamp pads that we're using, are Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen. And I know that this punch, the matching punch, is sold out, so I didn't use it today. And I think this stamp set is so cute that it's a great standalone set anyway. So we've got the clover here and a bunch of this little spray. We've got this A Good Friend is Like a 4-Leaf Clover, hard to find and lucky to have. I love that. And then I used this Happy St. Patrick's Day here. So let's go ahead and get started here. We'll just leave this in the corner. And your kit will come like this in a bubble wrapped mailer backed with cardboard too. And all of the cards will be separated, so they should be easy to put together. Oops, and I think I grabbed the wrong bag because I've got some people coming for class tonight, and this one has 2 in it. I needed to grab the one with 1, so I apologize. Actually, I'll just grab one of each of these and just resort after the fact. All right. So I'll be telling you all the dimensions and all of this stuff too. But you will get to make 2 of each of these. But I'm just making 1 because I already made 1, and we'll just make my second one. All right, so we have an envelope. I always include envelopes in my classes. I think that's useful. And we have a card base. This is a Soft Succulent, and I have this at the regular half a sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we just go ahead and give that a burnish here. Fold that in half. We have a piece of DSP here. This is from the Gingham, Country Gingham DSP. This is 2 inches by 4 1/4. So that's just going to go right in the middle there. I like these sweet and simple classes. They're nice and easy to put together. Great for beginners, but they're also super fun for avid crafters. Sometimes half of the battle is figuring out what you're going to make, and so I have already designed all of these things for you. All you have to do is show up and get stamping, right? All right, so before we go any further, we want to stamp some little clovers in the corner with Soft Succulent. So I have this little spray right here. And we just want to put that in the corner there. And it is okay if you touch the paper here, we are covering that up a little bit. Just like that. And actually, while we have this stamp out, we're going to do the same thing to the middle. All right. Now we have this piece here, and we're going to be gluing this piece down, but let's go ahead and do our stamping on here first. This is the big clover, and we're going to be stamping that on this piece towards the top in Evening Evergreen. Give it a good press, let the ink soak in. There we go. And actually, while we still have that out, let's go ahead and do the inside here, which says Happy St. Patrick's Day. That's this other piece here. Sorry, I forgot to give you the dimensions, and I'll mention that at the end here just a second. We're just going to go ahead and stamp this Happy St. Patrick's Day. This middle piece on the inside here is 3 inches by 4 1/4. These pieces right here, the Evening Evergreen, is 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. And the piece that goes on top of that is 3 inches by 3 1/2. And I have 8 inches of gold cord here. And I think that was all the pieces for this one. All right, so we do have a little label here, and this is from, I forget what this one's from. This is a label, and I can put that in the list, but this will come already pre-cut for you. But it is a nice label. It's one of the fancy ones. It has lots of layering. I wish I had it out. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and stamp that one. It's this Good Friend is Hard to Find. And we'll go ahead and do that in Soft Succulent. It'll be just a little bit more subtle that way. All right. Beautiful. So now we can just assemble. So I'll glue this piece to my Evening Evergreen background. And then that whole panel goes flat onto the card base. I'm using liquid glue here because it gives me a little bit of wiggle room time to fix it if it's not quite in the right place as soon as I lay it down. Some glue is instant stick, and this is just a couple extra seconds, but it is very strong. I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of my sentiment panel. And I like to make sure that it's nice and sturdy, so I'll go ahead and put 5 on there. That way, as it goes through the mail, it's not going to get flattened anywhere. You could go with just 2 if you wanted. And I'm going to cover up the bottom of this stem here, just so that this kind of hangs off the edge just a little bit. And we're going to make a little bow with our cord and attach that with a glue dot. And of course you would do this twice because you'll have all of the pieces to make 2 of these. But I like this layout. This could be used for other designs also. If you're used to doing sketches, that's a different term. If you're unfamiliar with that, I'll explain it. So what a sketch is that you would see the pieces here and use my same dimensions to make a different card using different colors and different stamp sets and different pattern paper, but the layout would be the same. So you'd use my dimensions, but use your own products. There we go. And then we can go ahead and put the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. What I did on this one was just added them to the corner here. But I'll just skip that part for now. We're going to go ahead and add this piece to the inside. and then decorate our envelope because we don't want to skip doing the envelope, right? So this just gets centered in the middle. And then we have that fun little pattern peeking out the back there. And then here is our envelope. We'll go ahead and take those cute little spray of clovers again in the same color we used before, so we don't have to clean our stamp. Just soft, succulent, and we'll just spray that right in the corner there. Like that. And this card is done. We'll move on to the next one. Super cute. All right, let me clean up my area just a bit. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the Country Bouquet card. This is a cute one. Get out my pieces. We've got an envelope. Here is what this card looks like, by the way. Really cute design. I think I was inspired by a swap card that I received. And if I have it nearby, I can tell you who it was. I think it's nearby. Maybe not. Anyway, it was really cute, but it was the green version of this. So they used the green plaid paper and green on the background. I think it was soft succulent or mint macaron. Anyway, I think it was mint because there's mint in this paper. It was really cute. So I thought I'd do the same thing with petal pink. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Here is our card. We'll just fold our card base. And before we stick anything on there, we're going to take our petal pink ink and take these cute little hearts, and we're just going to stamp in the corners. Similar to the other card that we just did, I like this idea of having a little bit of subtle ink kind of showing through your pieces on the front. It's a fun way to decorate the background. So you can kind of see I've got a little bit of hearts sprinkled here and there, kind of off to the edges. And I think that's all we need for that ink pad. And then we can take this piece. This is the plaid DSP also. This one is 3 inches by 4.5 tall, and so is this bike one. This one is from the Country Bouquet paper pack. And we're just going to stagger those on the front so that you can see all 4 corners of the bottom one when we do the tipping. So we'll just go ahead and attach that. Like so. And like that. It's a fun, whimsical card. Thankful for your friends being your friends. It's always a nice reminder. This is a piece that goes in the inside. It's 4 inches by 5.25 with a little piece of DSP here, 3/4 of an inch by 4 to just fit along the bottom there. So let's go ahead and add that. And I didn't add any writing to the inside because this is a friend card. You can leave it blank for whatever occasion or maybe no occasion, just to say hi. So I'm just going to leave that blank. Let's go ahead and add that to the inside now. Okay, and then we have this cute little stitch circle from our Stylish Shapes dies, and this is, I think it's the second smallest, but we're going to stamp the greeting here. There it is. This says, "I love that we are friends," and I'm actually going to stamp off with Sweet Sorbet. Actually, I'm going to stamp full strength, but this one is stamped off, so then you can see the difference. In the DSP, we actually have 3 different pinks, and the middle pink is Sweet Sorbet, but like a lighter shade of it. And so by stamping off, you kind of match that medium pink color, but the full strength one is in here too. So I'll go ahead and do both so you can see them side by side and decide which one you would want to do. That is a bit bolder. It's a little easier to read. It's easier to stamp because you don't have to stamp off. So either way, I think that's cute. This one's just a little bit more subtle. And then we'll go ahead and take this ribbon. This is the ribbon that is in a combo pack with Real Red, and this is called Burlap. And it's not really burlap because it's not very thick, but we're going to cut it in half. And I have some sharp, sharp scissors here that I got. And these will give me a little bit longer snip to trim this, but we're just going to cut this right down the middle, and I'll tell you in a second how long this piece of ribbon is. And we probably won't need quite the whole length, and we'll just trim the ends as needed. Okay, and that was 9 inches. Okay, so on the back of our little circle here, I'm going to put some, oh, where did my seal go? Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. I'm just going to run some seal right along the back of that, and then we're going to lay our ribbon. Let's see. We're going to lay our ribbon kind of at an angle going up so that some tails stick out, and then we're going to kind of pick that ribbon up, and then we're going to fold it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You can fiddle with it. The seal will allow you to place it and peel it back up and place it again. That's kind of a fun little zigzag of ribbon on there. All right, so I'm just going to give that a trim. All right. All my pieces are all going everywhere. Okay, and then on the back of this, we're going to put some dimensionals again. I'll put 3. And again, on this card, I added some of those dots. There's kind of a rose gold color that seemed to go really well with this petal pink color. And that's about it for that one, except for the envelope. We want to decorate that as well. Don't forget our envelopes, right? So I put a couple little hearts in there. So let's go ahead and do that, because we still have that same, we should have done this when we did the front of the card, right? We'll go ahead and do the solid hearts, and then those little open ones, kind of tip it a little bit different. Super cute. Hello, Julie. Thanks for watching. All right, so that is card number 2. And we'll go ahead and move on to the last card. This one's a fun fold. I'll move my ink pads out of the way. This one is cute, using 2 of our celebration items. The stamp set here is Beautifully Happy. It's free with a $100 purchase. And the paper here is free with a $50 purchase. But I'm including the paper in the pack for you. The ink pads that we're using are Memento, Daffodil Delight, Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, and we're pulling back the Soft Succulent from earlier. Put my scissors away here. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and stack those up here for now, and we'll get our pieces out. The card base here is kind of a funny half front, so it's 6 1/4 by 5 1/2, but it's scored at 4 1/4. So when we fold this, this is exactly half of the front. So we'll go ahead and burnish that. We can go ahead and put this piece of DSP right on the inside. This is the back of the one that you can cut apart the flowers with the coordinating dies, but we're just going to use this piece. I thought this was really pretty. So this just goes flat on the inside on an even border. I'm coming out of frame here. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's see. All right, so let's just add this. Cute. And on the front here, we want to add our DSP. We should have a tiny little border there. Just like that. I think I'm going to burnish this a little bit harder because it seems to be popping open still. Okay, that's still going. That's right. Okay, so this piece right here that I should tell you all these pieces. I keep forgetting to tell you the sizes. Okay, so we have an envelope here. That's just a regular size. There's two pieces here. There's Blackberry Bliss and one that goes right along on it. These are 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. And the one that goes on top of that is 2 1/2 by 4. So these will go onto the front. On the inside, the white piece is a little bit wider. This piece is 2 3/4 wide by 4 inches tall. And we also have a little oval from our double oval punch. This piece of DSP on the inside is 3 3/8 by 4 5/8. And this piece of DSP on the front is 2 inches by 5 3/8. If you want all of these directions written down, that comes along with the packet mailed to you. So if you didn't catch all that, you can watch the replay and pause and write it all down. All right, so let's go ahead and do the stamping here on the flower. And that is somewhere near me somewhere. Okay, here's my stack of ink pads. Stamps. So we have this nice flower image. And we're just going to stamp that with Memento. This is my nice regular black. The bottom stem will extend a little bit past your piece. So if you have some scrap paper underneath, that'd probably be wise. I'm just going to tip this a little bit so that we get most of this image onto this whole sheet. That's almost perfect. Look, it's almost on, just a little bit off. Okay. Ooh, very nice. All right, I'll put that to the side. We have some filler images too. You could color these with blends, or you can use the stamps to color your image. Let me give you some pointers on coloring with the stamps, because our ink pads can be quite juicy. Again, I always tell everyone this. If you take a spoon, a plastic spoon, and just kind of gently push it into your ink pad, it will push the ink away from the surface and give you a better surface for stamping these detailed, colorful stamps. They're called distinctive. So you just get your head over the top there and go right where the lines are. Take your time. And you should have really nice different tones in there, kind of like a newspaper when they print images. So we have 2 in the green. This one has little, those are the leaves up here, and then the stems from these other flowers over here. So this whole blob going up that way is this thing up here. Like so. And then we can put the green away. Then we're going to do the fresh freesia. So again, I want to press into my ink pad, but my spoon is dirty. So I'm just going to take a tissue, which is not close to me. All right, here it is. Got a tissue. I'm just going to wipe it, and it's completely clean enough to use in another ink pad. And I'll go ahead and give that a wipe right away so I know it's clean. All right, so now we're going to do the flowers here. Get your head right over the top. And press it down. What I also want to do is add a few bees on this one because I think that's cute. So this stamp set comes with a tiny, cute little bee. And I'm just going to stamp him in Memento a couple times. Maybe have them going up that way. And while we have this out, let's go ahead and put one on the envelope. And I'm in the corner. And I'm going to turn it over and have the bee, another bee kind of trailing up this way. You could add even more bees, have like a line of bees going across the envelope. That'd be super cute. But what we're doing with the bee, since I don't have any yellow in the stamp here, or the image, I'm going to add some color, but I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. I don't know if you guys know this. This is actually really cool. You can take this and we're going to color the wings because those I want to be white or clear, right? Color both sides here. And then I'm going to open up my ink pad. Any yellow ink pad or any ink pad that you have, you can color with this. So I'm going to squish it like this. And I'm going to pick up some of this ink and just color in the bee, and then my bee will be sparkly. I can either get this really dark color or I can get some from the edge and it will be lighter. And we're just going to give a little bit of color to the bee. It already has black lines in it because of the stamp. And so now, I don't know if you can see, but it's a cute little yellow bee, but it also is sparkly. So cute. So we'll just add a little bit of yellow to all of the bees. And the nice thing is you're not ruining your Wink of Stella. It is not completely yellow now. You can just scribble it on a piece of scrap paper and it becomes clear again. I already did this earlier and you can see my wings are still clear. And all I have to do is get a piece of scrap paper somewhere and just scribble on it. I can find one. Here's just a little extra punch. So you just scribble on it and all of the color leaves and you're left with a clear tip again. So all of the color, the yellow, is now on here and I can just throw this piece away and we've got a clean Wink of Stella again. Oh, I should have waited because I do want to do the center of the flower also. There. That kind of ties the yellow in across the whole front. So now I've got to do some more scribbling to clean off my Wink of Stella. But you can do multiple colors on this. You could color a whole image. It would be so sparkly. This is one of the tools that I would recommend everyone have right at the ready in their craft rooms. Okay, so here we can just add this straight to this panel. And this is that fun fold, so we are going to attach it to the front of the card, but it will be off to the left. So what we're trying to do is make sure that we have an even border from the background here, and that will help us decide where this will ultimately end up. So I'm going to take some seal and run it along the edge there, but I want to make sure that it is also adhered along the edge here because that's kind of where it's really gripping. So I'm going to take my liquid glue and just kind of run it along that edge, not too far up and not too far down. That should give it enough hold though. All right, so I'm going to hold this, kind of hover above so that I can see, and I'm going to push this side down first, which doesn't have any adhesive, so that I can see that it's even on that background. And then I can press this side down. So now we've got that fun fold. So we can stamp our little oval now, sending happy thoughts. and our center greeting, best wishes on, for a very happy birthday. So both of those will be in Blackberry Bliss. I have this on crooked. Okay, for a very happy birthday goes on the inside. And sending happy thoughts goes on the oval. Sharon says, great tip on using the spoon on the ink pad. Yes, I love that tip. I use it all the time. I've got a couple spoons in here because I just cracked one the other day because they're spoons. They're really cheap. And so if you're pushing too hard, they'll snap and break, but they're pretty cheap. And so it's a nice, easy way to get some extra use out of your ink pads without, you don't want to sponge it up with a tissue or anything. That's wasting ink. All right. And I don't like pushing my own folder in there because then it gets all inky. All right. So let's go ahead and put our little oval on the front. I have it surrounded by leaves so you can see it a little bit better. And then we'll go ahead and make a little bow with this ribbon. I've got 9 inches here of the fresh freesia open weave ribbon. I love this. This matches so much of the paper right now, so I had to get this color, more of this color. I had all of the in colors, but this one I went through and needed a whole nother spool. So we want to make it nice and small, so I'm just going to keep tugging these tails to make my bow a little bit smaller, and then we'll go ahead and snip those. And I'll add that with a glue dot. There's my glue dots. This roll's almost done. Ooh, is it done? It might be done. This one's done, and I will grab a new one. I already had another one started. All right, so let's go ahead and add our bow just underneath our words here. Cute. And then on this one, I just added the kind of brassy looking ones too on that little edge there. So there's our cards. Oh, and we already did the bee, didn't we? Okay, so that is our entire class. We've got our little bee cards. Just go ahead and put them all up front again so you can see. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, you know what? We didn't do the middle one. Okay, this is another thing we've got to do is put the center in here. So this will get covered up if you center it on this piece by the front piece. So you just have to glue it so that it's even on the middle. I think I gave you the dimensions on all of those already. Julie says, great designs. Thank you, Julie. All right, so here is that last one. Here is our petal pink one. I'm just going to put all the ones with the little doodads on the front there. And my other one went somewhere. Isn't that how it goes? Oh, it's underneath this stamp set. Okay, here it is. And the clover one. So there is our stamp class, Sweet and Simple stamp class for February. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being a loyal follower and listener and all of that. I really appreciate you. Thank you for commenting. That makes my heart smile. And if you'd like to place an order with me, you can earn this class for free, and I'll ship all of the pieces to you in the mail. You can substitute any ink colors or stamp sets or anything that you have already. A lot of this you could just substitute different things if you don't own those, or you can place the order for the things that you're missing and then earn it for free. So thank you so much for watching. And I hope that you have a fabulous weekend. Oh, you have 1 week in order to earn this for free. I should have mentioned that. Let's see, today is the 16th. I gotta check this. Today is February 16th. you have until February 23, that's next Thursday night, by the end of the day, midnight, whatever time, to place an order with me. Any $35 order gets you the class for free. If any $50 order, and you also get a full pack of embellishments along with the class for free if you're using that host code that is listed there. All right. I think I've got all of the information there. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can reach me at debjoycemeek@delightofmyart.com. That's my email. Or you can message me on Facebook. All right. Have a great night, guys.